Welcome back, rum fans. My name's Steve the Barman, and I'm here to help you on your rum journey by mainly focusing on rums under £50. Today, little bit of a controversial one. I'm going to go for it. I've been sort of toying with how to sort of talk you through this on a video, but I've got notes. I think I'm just going to wing it. I've got roughly what I want to say in my head, but this is Don Papa. Don Papa. Now, let's get the... Oh, should we get this first? Let's give you the information first. So, Philippines, rum from the Philippines. It does say it's aged for 7 years on the website and on the back of the bottle. However, there is no big 7. They haven't gone loud and proud with the number 7 on there. It's just very small writing on the back of the bottle, aged for 7 years. And again, on the website, it's small letters, aged for 7 years. So why there's not a big 7 on the front, I do not know. So I don't know. Pass on that one. As I say, Philippines rum, £28 and a penny from Master of Malt. I don't know why the penny. Obviously, the penny is kind of crucial to the profit margins, but £28 and a penny. Now, here's the kind of thing, and I think we're going to go down this route right now. So, is this a rum? No. And I'm not talking like flavoured rum or spiced rum or anything like that for this precise moment. Do Don Papa themselves, the Bleeding Hearts Rum Company, I don't know where you'll see that there, right? Are they trying to disguise the fact that this is a spiced rum in that sort of sense? No, I don't think they are, even though the label does say rum, because quite clearly on the side of the bottle, I won't read the first part. Well, let's just read you this little bit of the blurb on the side of the bottle. This rum is first aged for over 7 years in cask barrels in the foothills of Mount Canlawan, whatever it's called, before being blended to perfection with a rich, smooth taste and just a touch of vanilla. I'll come back to that. Just remember those words, just a touch of vanilla. Don Papa is just perfect straight on the rocks or in your favourite cocktail. Now, they're not disguising the fact they do flavour this up. So, to give you this review, this tasting properly and authentically, I kind of have to look at this from both camps. I kind of have to look at it from the rum camp, and I kind of have to look at it from the spiced rum camp. There's no biasness coming in here. I'm just going to tell you as it is, all right? And my opinions of it. And it might actually, you might be surprised by the end of this. You might be surprised. So the one thing I want to get into, the kind of blogs, the reviews, and the Rum X that I've kind of read on here, 26, loosely I've seen between 26 and 28 grams of sugar that has been added. Now the crucial thing is, I've done the hydrometer. I don't really bother with rums, but I've done the hydrometer test on this. Now, this is not scientific conditions. I can't be sure it's 100% accurate because it's all calibrated to different temperatures, and I'm not sure the temperature's right in here for it. So, you know, what the hydrometer basically does, you pour 100 ml into your little test tube, if you like, and you've got your hydrometer there. Now, the hydrometer basically measures ABV. So, it's telling me that the ABV of this is actually 28%. Now, we know for a fact that that is 40%. It legally has to be. There is no question of the fact that that is 40% rum in there. But the hydrometer is coming out at 28% for me. Now, what that basically means is it's a change of density. Other liquids, other additives have been added to change the density. Okay, because if that was true, alcohol at 40%, that would show on there. All right, so what this means, what this kind of loosely translates, I've got the conversion chart on there for me. At 28% ABV of what it's showing at 40, or it should be 40%, it's actually coming out at 41 grams of sugar. Now, as I say, I can't mess you around. I don't think that 40, I wouldn't mind betting you it's somewhere in between the 26 grams and say 34, 35 grams of sugar in there. I think, judging by that, I don't think this is that far out, but I don't think it's, you know, I don't think it's massively out that to extent. And basically saying, you know, the reviews I've seen at 26 to 28, mine's coming out at 41. I don't think it's 12 grams out. I really don't. I think it's potential it's got 5 or 6 grams out, but certainly not 12 grams out. So, as I say, Don Papa are not, you know, they haven't got the clarity of how much sugar they've added, how much flavouring they've added, but loosely translated, this is kind of a sweet rum. So it's anywhere between 25, 26 grams and 40 grams of sugar in there. So with that, we can't really classify that. And I can't, and it's not the fact that I can't classify it, it's the fact that I can't compare it to other rums behind it. I cannot compare it to like Barbados rums, St. Lucian rums, plantation rums, Flor de Cana, El Dorado, Jamaican. I just can't compare it because it is so much sweeter. The only rum I could potentially compare that to is something like Diplomatico, and that will be coming up very, very soon. So to get around that, there was one final bit I wanted to say before I get into the actual tasting. And as I say, bear with me, this is not a hate on Don Papa because I'm going to give it real. There's one final thing on there. This has got one of the big marketing buzzwords, smooth. And you know who you are, and you always ask, is the rum smooth? Yes, this is flipping smooth because of the amount of sugar it's added. When you see rums that claim to be smooth, that is the big marketing buzzword, it generally means this rum has a lot of sugar added to it. That's where smoothness comes from, all right? Do not think, I mean, is the Dawley's 12-year-old smooth? Yes, it is very, very smooth. But the only thing making that smooth is the sugar, the additives. That's a very, very different kind of thing. It's why I don't use the word too much. I don't really classify rums as smooth because it's a nonsense. It's a marketing word because most rums come from sugarcane, should be smooth. All right. So, you know, that's just what I want to clarify for now. Marketing BS, essentially. Right, so let's get on. With all that out of the way, I say, obviously it doesn't really fit into any categories of Smuggler's Cove or anything like that. We don't know too much about the blends, the rums that are involved. It does say, this is what I get on here, first aged for over 7 years. So it's obviously something done it, otherwise they would go loud and proud with the big number 7 on there. So yes, right, let's get on to the tasting, the Rum X on there. Now I just want to kind of, before you start hating on me, I just want to come to one thing. I actually quite like it. All right, so before we go any further, I actually quite like it. So I'm just going to talk you through and kind of alluded to what's coming at the end here. So colour, the first thing we have to do on Rum X is give it a score. Or give it a colour. I've gone for brown sherry, so I think that's a kind of a nice brown sherry. Now, what can I smell? I didn't even have to get my nostrils anywhere close to that. I opened the bottle, I poured it in. The first thing, even from here, is vanilla. And oh my God, it is vanilla. When that says just a touch of vanilla, I think someone, if they think that is a touch of vanilla, they are deluded. That is probably the most vanilla forward rum I've ever tasted. It is essentially a vanilla flavoured rum. That's exactly what that is. Now, I quite like vanilla, so you know, that doesn't put me off at all. If I wanted a sweeter drink, it doesn't put me off. But it is there in your face, big notes of vanilla. If you could get past the vanilla-ish, if you could get it up to there and possibly looking for other things on the nose, what did I get? The first thing I kind of got off there straight away, I'll come back to it in a second, I've got caramel, orange and cinnamon, but the big thing that I've straight away, you know those little yellow fake banana sweets? They're kind of like sugary sweets. That. Some of you will know instantly what I'm talking about. They're like that big. I don't know what they're called, like banana something sort. I don't know what they're called, but about that big, yellow. That is what that smells like when you can get your nostrils in there. Get past the vanilla and you get those sort of fake banana things. It doesn't smell like fresh bananas. It doesn't smell like the banana that you would eat. It smells like those banana sweets. But you do also get cinnamon, caramel and orange coming off there. So the scores on the doors. Now bearing in mind, this is going to reflect that it is a kind of a sweeter, spiced, flavoured rum profile. So sweetness is 4. I would even, the only reason it's not going for a 5 is because I know there's 2 other rums that I'm going to come to that will put this to shame. Is that the right way around? No, that's the opposite way around. This will put them to shame. So they are a lot sweeter, all right, and they are marketing themselves as proper rums. So I am sticking with the 4 on there. If I could go for 4.5, I probably would, but this is probably the sweetest rum I have tasted so far behind the bar, okay? Fruits, 3 out of 5. Floral, 2 out of 5. Spices, 2 out of 5. And I'll kind of, it is that banana forward, it is that vanilla forward. Would I put spices up a notch in hindsight? I might put that up to 3 in hindsight. In fact, I probably will put that up to 3, not 23, 3. There we go. Woody oaky notes, 1. Roasted, 0. Rounded, 2. All right, so I'll just run you through that. Sweetness, 4. Fruit, 3. Floral, 2. Spices, 3, purely because of that vanilla. And in hindsight, I'm now thinking, because that is so vanilla forward, should that actually be a 4? I think it potentially should be a 4, to be honest. Be brutally honest. In fact, I've talked myself into it. I think purely because of that vanilla, that I can smell that from here, that has to be a 4. Vanilla is a spice. So I have to put that as 4. Woody oaky, 1. Roasted, 0. Rounded, 2. Right. So what can we taste on here? First off, if you gave that to me blind and said, what spirit is this? I would come back with rum. And that is crucial because a lot of spiced rums and flavoured rums, you can't actually get the rum. You get the flavour of vanilla. You would sort of go, well, it's vanilla. I'm kind of thinking it's rum. I do get rum from that. It is there. So that's the first thing, the important thing for this. The rum is, yes, it is masked by a lot of flavourings, but the rum is there. So that is crucial. So what do I taste? Very sweet, very luscious, a little bit cloying. The best way, I haven't kind of said this yet. I'll come to that at the end. Or I'll come to it. What I would, something else I was going to say, but I'll come to it at the end. Now, the vanilla on the taste is fake vanilla. And that's, I don't want this to be a hate on. I don't mean that in a bad way, but some rum. So for instance, when I taste the Pusser's gunpowder proof spiced up there, that to me tastes of vanilla, like vanilla pod. I was going to say vanilla stick, but vanilla pod. I get the vanilla off that. Chairman's Reserve spiced. I get vanilla pods off that. You can tell it's vanilla. This, you know, is not vanilla pods. It is like vanilla extra, vanilla essence, vanilla extract in there. It's got that fake sort of vanilla vibes to it. But we have got plenty of caramel, plenty of orange and fruit. And then the final thing I've put in there, I've probably already mentioned it, but I've got viscous, very thick because of the sugar. That is extremely thick, you know, in the grand scheme of things. That's clinging to the side of the glass. But I do kind of like it. But I'll justify that in a second. The finish, orange, vanilla. All right. So, scores on the doors. Now, this was kind of tough for me to kind of work this through. I've given it a 64. A 64 out of 100. So basically I've put it as pleasant, okay? 50 to 59 is average, 70 to 79 is good. I'm never going to drink that as a rum, okay? And I think it's kind of, I'll come back to this summing up in a second. I've got plenty to say with summing up. I'm going to come back to that. I've scored it 69. Just to kind of give you the guide of what other people have done. On the nose, we've kind of got a vanilla, caramel, sweet, synthetic. Synthetics come up a lot. Orange, fruity, honey, citrus, sugar, toffee, banana, cinnamon, tropical fruits, candied fruits, and orange peel. That's just on the nose. All right, but synthetic has come up there a lot. And then on the taste, Other people, again, vanilla, sweet, caramel, orange, synthetic is there again, sugar, orange peel, fruity, mild, candied, caramelized, honey, creamy. That's my viscous kind of thing. It is creamy, but it's not creamy as in creamy like a proper nice white rum or that. So it's nothing like that. It's creamy. What they mean is it's actually kind of thick because of the sugar. Chemical and citrus. Right, now, let's average scores. Average scores in this, 372 times it has been reviewed. It's a very, very popular rum, and it is averaging 67. Okay, 67 out of 100. And now, I would I've got the wrong thing here to kind of show you on the camera. In fact, I might just very quickly just try and get it up on this one. This is kind of right, actually I can get it up there very, very quickly. I'd normally do this on the live show, but I've got no monitors, so hopefully you can kind of see that. You can kind of see how the scores have kind of, what's the word? Scattered around. We have got quite a few rum geeks involved in this because we have got a lot of people. So 372 times been reviewed, a lot of people down in the zeros, 20 odd people down in the zeros, 10 people down in the 10s, 21 people down in the 20s. I cannot, even as a rum lover, I cannot in all consciousness put it down as faulty, unpleasant or very poor. It is not. It is way better than all of those things, all right? We've got quite a few in the 30s, quite a few in the 40s, quite a few in the 50s, and quite a few in the 60s, but the majorities do go for 70s, okay? Now, and we've got 80s, we've got 90s in there. The majority is 60s, the next one up is, majority is 70s, the next one is 60s. What I want to make out is that rum lovers aren't going to buy this. It's going to be spiced rum lovers. It's going to be the entry level rums. And again, I'm jumping the gun, you know, I'm jumping the gun. The mixers, let's just talk about the mixers very, very quickly. Rum and look, I could talk all day long about these. If you're a spiced rum fan, that is brilliant for all of those. I love them. The big two for me is the Coke and the ginger beer. It's got the profile for rum and ginger beer, definitely. The ginger ales are nice. They are really, really nice. But my preference is with the ginger beer. I'm not going to send any of those back. If I've got the sweeter tooth for the day, if my palate is there, I'm not sending any of those back. I love them all equally. But as I say, it'll come up into summing up. I keep kind of jumping the gun. Daiquiri, not for me. Absolutely not for me. It's not a daiquiri rum. Rum fashioned for me. Do not add sugar to it. I tried it without the sugar. It's quite nice. I added tiny little drizzle, like 2 or 3 mil of sugar in there. You just don't need it at all. It's way too sweet with the sugar for a rum fashioned. And the rum punch, my little test for the rum punch is, do I taste the rum? Do I taste, does it become a generic rum or does it give character? That gives character because you get the extra kind of vanilla notes coming through there. You get the extra kind of spices. So where some rums actually kind of just blend in, it's any old rum, for that is very distinctive that it is kind of a vanilla spiced rum that's gone into that rum punch. And it is actually quite nice. It's a little bit sweet, but you can easily kind of balance that out with a bit of lime juice, a bit of extra lime juice. So my normal ratios for that, it does make it a little bit sweet, but you can easily play about with that. And I do kind of like that. It's kind of a different vibe. Right, summing up, this is what I've been sort of alluding to for the last couple of minutes in here, kind of what I want to talk about. Look, where does this rum sit? Does this rum sit in any of these? Does it go head to head with any of these? No, it doesn't. Not even in a long shot. As a spiced rum, it doesn't for me even compete with Pussers, Cane Rock or Chairman's Reserve. It just doesn't. The thing it competes for me is actually Bumbu and probably Dead Man's Fingers. There's a few of you, and I will name drop you. I'll name drop you, the big one, Kevin, for instance. Kevin, that is that's going to be up your street, Mr. Mears. All right, that is going to 100% be up your street, and people like Jonathan down in Portsmouth as well. That is that. For me, which is better out of those two, I would pick Don Papa over Bumbu. I really, really would. For me, that is a better if it's that thing, the Bumbu is trying to be a rum that is actually more of a spiced and flavoured rum, whereas Don Papa is just a vanilla forward rum, and you can't get away from that. They're kind of, that's big and bold, and if I want something that's big and bold, I'm going for that. If I'm going something that's subtle, I'm going to go for a proper out and out rum when it comes to Bumbu. All right, so that's kind of where that sits there. That's its competitors for me. The competitors that Dead Man, and for £28, when you use Dead Man's Fingers, for instance, is normally £26. All right, trades, you are going to get buying deals and all that sort of stuff. You ain't ever going to pay £26. But when it's not on sale on the supermarkets and all that, when it's £26 normally, for an extra couple of quid, I would go this, because this is actually really, really nice and enjoyable when you compare it to something like that. But we kind of have to look at the grand scheme of things here. We really, really do. Is it a rum I personally am going to restock on my rum journey? No, absolutely not. My palate has changed from there. It's a fun drink. I will caveat this. Mummy Barman has tried it and her eyes lit up like Christmas trees. She absolutely adores this, and she is a big Captain Morgan's fan as well. But she likes some of these rums. She's got Tom Warner. Tom Warner's Trash and Treasure, Warner's Gin essentially, but Trash and Treasure absolutely adores that sort of stuff as well. So this is very much kind of, it could become her new favourite rum. For me, it just doesn't. There's just nothing in that I want over them, because my sweet tooth has gone. So would I restock it? No. Comparable rums, I've already mentioned it, is Bumbu. And I think it's better than Bumbu, and I think it's probably better than Dead Man's Fingers. It is a very good vanilla. It's a very good sweet vanilla flavoured rum.